Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm interviewing Amir Hotich from Coldwell Banker Gundaker in Chesterfield, Missouri. Welcome, Amir. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your invite and greetings to all of your listeners.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And before we get into some real estate questions, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became a realtor?
Well, I immigrated to the United States in 1997 from war-torn Bosnia and Herzegovina, and in 2000 I became a self-employed travel agent, and I was first time approached in 2006 with the question, why don't I go into real estate business? And so that bug never left my my belly, and in 2014, I decided to pursue this profession, and I became a real estate agent. And I graduated from the real estate School of Real Estate in 2014, December of 2014, and officially I became an agent on January 6th of 2015.
Awesome. Now let's talk about what separates you from the others. What's your magic?
What is my magic? My magic is I use and utilize quite a bit of technology. Well, in this business, average age of real estate agent in the state of Missouri is 58, right? And I am younger than that. And there are plenty of younger agents who want to become a real estate agents, and they get intimidated by the fact that, there's John Smith who's been in the business for 40 years, and there's no way I can compete. So my thing was, okay, I am going to utilize the latest technology that is being provided to us through Coldwell Banker Gundaker. I'm assuming there are other real estate companies who are trying to do the same. More than less or less than more. And I said, I'm going to look into obtaining and collecting my leads through Zillow, through Trulia, Realtor.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And that actually is paying off. Those are the things that I am doing quite aggressively. And that is what I could say it's my magic so far.
That is awesome. Keeping with the times, right?
Exactly. We have to. Why do we buy a $600 phablet 6 Plus or, Samsung S7 or Nexus 6P? Why are we buying those phones if we are not going to utilize them, So it's, and every program is supplied with in app stores that you could use, like CRMs or cameras and Videolicious. You could make your own video in about less than 5 minutes, and what people like. Less than 5 minutes, but the video should not be longer than 2 minutes. And what people like, they like the videos. They like to see with whom they're working or going to be working, what do they offer, and how it goes. And that's a perfect tool. Don't be shy. Don't be intimidated by camera or your phone. It's just a phone.
That's very well said. The technology train is passing us by. You can either jump on or just stay behind. That's very well positioned.
Interestingly enough, even baby boomers are utilizing new technologies. They are not running away.
Exactly. That's people tend to say that it's not happening, but it is happening. Statistics are very, very clear about that. So it's very smart of you to be there. So. Let me just ask you, it's a basic question, but it's interesting. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about this. So how did you discover you could do this so well? What happened? You said, well, yeah, that's what I want to do. I love doing that.
Well, one thing is, in order to do so well is in our profession, you have to listen. You have to listen your clients' desires your clients, what do they prefer. You have to read, and you have to read it psychologically. Business is not always about the money. Business is also about how do you receive your client, how do you then doing buyer's agency. So buyer's agency consultation is where you trying to find out, as much as you interviewing them, they are interviewing you, and you are trying to basically making a game plan, and with exactly once you find out everything about what's out there, what do they want, how do they want it, if they're pre-approved, or what are their desire list, where do they want to live. If you listen to all of that, success is imminent. So that's the.
So that's basically what made you think, okay, this is what I want to do, because you're a good listener, I assume?
It's not only that I'm a good listener, I also do care. I'm a big client advocate.
That's the key.
Right. I fight for them. It's not only, okay, let's find a house, drive, do you like it or not? That's a one part of the process. Once you agree upon the price, then it goes inspection. Inspection is a second part. So you should not just check mark on your board, the sale is done and I'm done with it. The closings will be in between 30 and 45 days. You continue maintaining that relationship. And I'm good at that. I mean, as I said, I used to work at one of the hotel chain, and I always was about service, about clients, about making them happy, and that's why. And this is we provide service. I mean, and you have to be really great in your service professionalism and in your relationship with your clients.
Great. Now let's move on to the customer's perspective or client's perspective. What are some of the most common questions your clients ask you?
Well, depending which side you're thinking about, is it a list sellers or buyers? If we're talking about sellers, as I mentioned, we are supplied not only as agents but also individuals who want to try to sell their own house. They are also supplied with a tremendous amount of data and technology that they use a certain real estate websites such as Zillow, Trulia. And Zillow and Trulia, as much as I like to use those as being a great billboard for the potential sellers, where they could find what the market dictates, what the market says, how much is my house worth. We could also say that some of those for certain areas, Zillow and especially Trulia are off, and they even, for example, for the St. Louis market, they graded themselves 1 star out of 4 for the price accuracy in our market here. So we always tell them that's by no means you have the right to try to see and if you could do it on your own. But let's be honest, every 1 in 10 FSBOs for sale by owners successfully sell their house, right? So if you want to be part of that, and mostly fail in that, then we don't want you to fail. It doesn't matter. For example, 12% of all FSBOs understand how to complete a paperwork. So that's the main question. Why can I do that by myself? What are you going to do for me? For example, we through Colobank Gundaker, once we have that listing up, we launched that listing to over 600 different websites across the country. Another thing is that what we do, we prepare them also with then we tell them, there's a great competitive market analysis. Excuse me, then procedure, what they would know. It's the same like buying a car. You could go, we don't need an agent to buy a car. But buying a house is not buying a car. There's a much more complicated process behind it, and you want to have somebody who is who is whose profession is a real estate agent, and who is also who knows what to do. So
that is a good segue into exactly what I want to talk about, because people want to do it themselves. There are many different ways to do it, and then we try to make them understand why working with a professional would make a difference. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what are the things that a professional can do that will greatly improve their chances of them succeeding?
Well, as I said, a lot of them they try to do themselves. Zillow is offering to post, make me move. They have the thing, so just to test the market, they could put this on a website, they could go to Lowe's or Home Depot and put the sign on the street for sale by owner, and go on a Craigslist. But and try to see if you have, for example, a house that is in desirable area, and if it's with a great refinished kitchen, and if it's with a good basement, it has a 3-car garage, and if you price it below the average, but then you're going to sell it definitely. You don't need an agent. That's one thing. But if you sell it, the problem then starts there. How are you going to finish the paperwork? How are you going to check the earnest check deposit? What is the title company you're going to use? All these things, if you have a full-time job plus a family, you don't have a time for concentrating on that. Another thing is, for example, if you are selling a house as a for sale by owner by yourself, let's say you put a house with a price of $210,000. But if you use an agent, that price could go up to $250,000. That's significant difference, even though if you before you pay the commission. So those are the things, and plus you don't have a headache. We know who we are using. We are referring several mortgage or loan officers at title companies, home inspectors. Do you know? Do they know what to do before they put a house on the market? I mean, yes, as I said, there's a tremendous material out there somewhere in the cloud where you can read, but this is our job. Let us do your job, and let me make your every night so you can sleep every night as comfortable as possible, because I am taking care of you. So that is, most of the time they will try to sell themselves, or even though if they want to buy a house without a client, without an agent. That's another thing, they don't know what is the area, especially if somebody is moving to St. Louis, and nowadays we have with economy shifting, either way, we have people moving, so they don't know what is a good area, where's a good school, what is the actually market. For example, Chesterfield real estate market was not as hard hit with the mortgage meltdown in the late 2008, 2010. As the other areas. So if you want looking to buy a good house in the range of $400,000, this is a perfect area to be, because great school, great stellar, market, and close to hospital and all shopping centers. So you need to know also what is the area where you take those clients, and those are the again, they could go and try themselves, but I could, if I have a sore throat, I could go to one of the pharmacies and buy me cough drops or something. But if the illness doesn't go away, guess what I'm going to use? I'm going to go and use a doctor, right?
Yeah, and if we wanted to dig deeper in terms of what you tell somebody to consider in order to be successful when purchasing a home, you mentioned finding out which areas are the best areas and which schools and all that. But is there anything else that you would go delve into with these potential buyers?
Well, one thing is for sure, I always tell them, don't look, if you're looking to buy a house, don't look just at a house if you like it. Put yourself into the position as your potential buyer after 8 years. That's a national average that home buyers are moving. When you want to sell it, will there be somebody as eager, as excited as you are in buying that house? That's number one. Be ready for, there's a beautiful house, but I love everything inside, but the house backs to the street, very frequent street. And those are the things that if you don't have a good agent who will guide you through this, then I did that mistake myself in 2001. I bought a house. My agent never told me that look, it's back into the busy street. I had a hard time selling it. I couldn't sell it. Those are the items that you should, or points that you should actually always. And also look at what is the demographic structure. Excuse me. What is the school? Those are the points that every buyer should know. Even though our American dream, is to buy a house, but also we want to know how will that. Are we going to have a problem selling that house as well?
Mm-hmm. That was very interesting, and to wrap up, what I'd like to hear from you is what kind of advices would you give our listeners? How can they get in touch with you if they want to learn more about what it is you do, how you do things, and what you could offer on top of what we discussed today, if anything?
Well, one thing is for sure, as I said at the beginning of our conversation today, use and utilize as much technology as possible to provide to your clients with the reports on the property they want to sell or purchase. I'm using RPR report, and that is called, let me give you the exact website. It is www.narrpr.com. It's a perfect tool through your system that I think if you're in St. Louis, through the Mary system, they provide you where you could build a tremendous report with extremely high data that potential buyers and sellers would like to know. And most of the time, those suggested prices are straight to the point, one thing. Another thing is how could potential clients get in touch with me? Well, I have state of Missouri is a show me state. So my website is at www.showmestl.net. I'm also very much present on social media such as Facebook, Google+, Twitter, LinkedIn. If you go just to Facebook and type Amir, A-M-I-R, Hotich, H-O-T-I-C-H, a realtor with Coldwell Banker Gundyke, or just a realtor, my Facebook page will come out, and I'm very much out there. I'm using social media as part of my advertisement and to obtain leads and for name recognition, and that works out pretty well. And my phone number is 314-223-2043, 314-223-2043.
All right. Thank you so much for doing this today with us, Amir. It's really, really appreciated. And thanks for sharing some of your stories with us and all these tips. I'm sure a lot of people learned a lot today from you. So a big thank you. And then we'll see you later.
Thank you very much. And greetings to you and to your listeners. I truly appreciated you doing this as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too, sir.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.